Well, hey there, salutations everybody on Facebook. How you guys doing? Keeping up with my promise. Giving you guys exclusive videos here on the Facebook fan page just for you guys who decided to click that like button. Um, so today, got some, well, most of it is news about the LG Vault, I guess you can say. I did successfully root the LG Vault and update it back to version ZV5. The reason why I say that is because, I tried the other methods that I found, like using iRoot for PC, and those didn't work at all, whatsoever. Nothing worked. Not Root Genius, not Kingo Root, not iRoot, not Tower Root. That's a lot of roots. So, I decided, you know what, I would just go with the method that was explained early, in the middle of 2014. And turns out that there's actually a recovery made for the LG Vault. They ported over TWRP, or TWRP, or Team Win Recovery Project. And so now there is a fully functional recovery for the LG Vault. And there's no need to use ADB to push Clockwork mod type recovery that can only be booted by using fastboot. So no need to remove download mode off the LG Vault just to access fastboot. You don't need to mess with none of that stuff. So they simplified it. And I did a video about it. It's on YouTube. You guys want to go check it out, go to my channel on YouTube. And yeah, so I finally got it rooted, and it took a lot of steps. Of course, downgrading it back to kernel version ZV3, and then from there, getting it rooted, getting the custom recovery put in, updating SU binaries, and then flashing a debloated modified ROM of ZV5, which is the most current release from LG to the LG Vault. And yeah, so it's working wonderfully. I love the fact that they removed just about almost everything out of it, including the LG Optimus launcher, and decided to go with the Google Now launcher, which is my favorite launcher to use on Android. Not just because it's by Google, but just the way how it looks, its functionality, and the apps are magnified to be a little bigger, so it's easier to read. I'm 32, I'm pushing 33 this year, so it's not like it's easy for me to read things. And I say it like I'm 55, but I'm not. But I am getting older. And yeah, so it just, it works great. Now, after uploading that video, I got a comment on there, and I want to thank that person for the comment, because I started looking around, checking out what he said, and there turns out there is a CM11, and they're also working on a CM12. So it looks like the LG Vault is gonna get some ROM love, and that is great. Now I know there is ROMs right now that's but it's just based on giving you guys root while you're on the most current version of the software for the LG Vault. So by definition, those are considered to be just rooted stock ROMs, or just slightly modified. But to actually give like a full-fledged ROM, even though I'm not a supporter of CyanogenMod after the decisions they've made recently, it's still nice to see that developers out there are doing what they can to make the experience better. And if you guys don't understand why these developers do it, I'll tell you exactly the reason why. They are working against the system of taking your money. I've said this before, and I've said this many times, that I knew when Android, even when iOS came out, and then when Android came out, there was just going to be this whole thing of this is how they were going to get you to spend your hard-earned dollars to keep updating devices. Okay? So, when you bought a phone that you really liked, eventually you were going to get tired of that phone, not because you're tired of how it functions, how it looks, how you react to it, but because it doesn't have what the newest phones have. And therefore kind of pushing you to go and take $500 of your hard-earned cash and just throw it down on a new device that seems similar to the one you recently had, just so you can feel like you're up to date. So developers, at home, in the basement, the bedroom, mom's house, girlfriend's house, wherever they are, they go out of their way to build these ROMs that bring devices like the LG Vault to the most current version of Android. Therefore, you're not missing out on any features. So if you really like the LG Vault, you can stick with this puppy for a good 2-3 years rather than just 1 year, which is the plan of them having you upgrade. 2 at the max, but they usually try to get you to upgrade after a year. So there's a CM12 being worked on right now, and that's great. If you don't know what CM12 is, it's based off of 5.0 Lollipop, which is the most current version of Android until we reach October of this year. Of course, there's rumors that the next version of Android is still going to be called Lollipop. It's just going to be 5.1. And you can see these on Android One devices. So, to answer that question about what is an Android One device, because people have been asking it, Android One is a series of devices that's being shared across the world, non-US countries. So, places like the Philippines, India, they're getting these smartphones that at a good price. You know, they're built. They're not cheap, like built cheap quality, but they are built to be very affordable in those countries. And therefore, the goal is to put Android in the hands of all those people out there. You know, here in the U.S., we take a lot of things for granted. So smartphones, obviously, you know, it's like it's normal. It's normality for all of us. It's normalcies. And we really don't understand how good we have it. And you go to a place like India, and you don't really see a lot of smartphones in their hands back in the day. When we started having the iPhone and the first versions of Android, and cars are racing by right now. Don't mind them. I keep my window open because it's hot, so excuse background noise. But, yeah, over there, you know, you would hardly see anyone with an Android device. And so Google has this idea where they want to put Android in the hands of everybody, you know, everywhere around the world. And Android One is that program that's going to do it. A couple of other things that if you guys never heard of or don't know about is, you know, that Google is doing, and this, you know, this is kind of why I support Google. I mean, they do the coolest things in the world. Besides Google Fiber, which is giving us, you know, unbelievable speeds compared to our normal internet providers like CenturyLink or Cox or I forgot what it's called in Hawaii. I think it's Oceanic or Roadrunner. I don't know if they still have that. If you're in Hawaii, let me know what internet service is out there, because last time I lived there, it was Roadrunner. And yeah, I don't know if that's what they still use over there or if they changed the name to it. But anyways, so, you know, Google has Google Fiber, which, you know, if you take your normal internet service provider and you compare download speeds, so like say download speeds is maybe anywhere between 7 megabits per second to 45 megabits per second, and you compare it to Google Fiber, which does 720 megabits per second and up. So you're looking at downloading, like, you know, let's say you want to download a file that's like 1.2 gigs, you're downloading that sucker under a minute. You know, and that's amazing. But then again, files are becoming so much bigger because of the quality and the content that's put into it that they need something like this, and Google's, you know, answering that. But moving away from that, you know, places like in Africa, like the idea what they have in Africa to get internet service out there, because Africa is very desolate. You know, it's not, I mean, yes, you know, South Africa and certain places in Africa, the cities are very industrialized, but when you take the whole continent of Africa and you kind of look at it, it's not so built up as the United States is in North America. So Google has this idea of flying these balloons around, and these balloons send off a Wi-Fi signal. So basically, if you're out there, you know, you may not have cellular service out there, but you damn well for sure will get Wi-Fi as these balloons, you know, kind of like go in a steady path and in a, you know, every day. And you know, they're trying to configure it to where you will always have signal. You may not have the strongest signal at certain times, but you will always have connectivity, you know, and that's the whole point. If you've never seen the movie The Internship, I know it's a comedy movie, and, you know, there's like a whole bunch of like weird, laughable shit about it. But the one thing that they do say in there, you know, is not movie scripted, but is actually Google's slogan. Not slogan, but, you know, their vision. Towards the end, where the guy Chetty gives that little speech when they hand in their, you know, their sale to that pizza place, and, you know, he says that, you know, that's what Google does is is connect people, connect information to people. That's what they do. The only way you're going to get, I know my screen went out right now, but the only way you're going to get information is to be connected. And nowadays, everyone is connected on the internet, whether it's for gaming, it's for social networking, it's for dating, it's for research, it's for work. You name it, people are on there for that reason. And so because of that, Google is trying to find ways to give places that don't have connection to the World Wide Web, that don't have connection to the internet, they're trying to find ways to do that. And I think, while some people may say, oh, that's a stupid idea, I think it's worth a shot. Instead of building up on the safari lands and putting up cell towers out there, why not float balloons around and let the land be the land, and just have these balloons that act as beacons for a Wi-Fi signal, shoot signal around it so you can connect. I mean, we should do that here instead of constructing cell towers and masking them up to be like trees or like something that looks like it's natural. Just float balloons. I mean, when one goes down, one can take its place. So, that's an easy fix for lost signal. Anyways, guys, so I guess I'm gonna end this video right here. I kind of ranted on about Google and some other stuff or whatever. And anyways, yeah. So if you're interested in the LG Vault and CyanogenMod 12, they're building a pre-alpha version of it, but I'm gonna read up more on that, and then I'll do another video about that. It's probably the best. So thank you guys for tuning in to this video. As always, you'll only find these videos exclusive here to the Facebook fan page. So yeah, tell your friends or whatever. Also, I do share it on YouTube, so there's avenues to find this, and you guys can view these exclusive videos. So I'm ending it out right now. It's a pretty long video. My name is Rob. Thank you guys so much, and for those who like the fan page, thank you guys for your unwavering support. Love you guys very much. I'll see you guys next time.